Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today is the last day of the Something New meditations, and I'm going to start by pulling a card, and I'm going to give you an update on what's going to happen in future videos after the meditation. So I want to get everybody in the frame of mind to go into this, and then you'll probably hear what's going to happen in the meditation. So you'll know you'll know what's going to happen next on the channel with regards to the new meditations, what's going to happen and what I'll be doing. I think that it's kind of an interesting idea what we're going to do. The guides have been very, very good about giving me the information that I need to do the meditation. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's going to be kind of very insightful. The next few weeks I've been told that are going to be kind of difficult. There's going to be some challenges coming up in the world, things that we're going to have to deal with and stuff like that. So, but I'm going to go ahead and start by pulling a card. And, okay, let's see what the card is. The card is the Chariot. Now, the Chariot sometimes has a double meaning to it. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative, if memory serves. Let me just grab the book here, and we'll see. The Chariot. A woman rides upon a chariot fronted by two sphinxes of opposite color, symbolizing opposing forces. She's dressed in opulent clothing and a large symbol of the sun, a powerful omen that rests above her. And yet we see no movement. The chariot in its current state is going nowhere. Where are the reins to steer this vehicle? The woman appears preoccupied, glancing to the side instead of focusing upon the road ahead. There's a great deal of potential shown in this card, but the end result depends upon the effort expended to make it a reality. The Chariot is a card of triumph, though not without effort. It informs you that self-discipline will be required, but if you can master this, then victory can be achieved. It signifies qualities required to succeed over any obstacles that lie ahead. Self-discipline is a key word here, together with focus and perseverance. This card tends to show an inner conflict rather than external that needs to be controlled in order to achieve success. Okay, so this is the card. Whoops, things are falling over all over the place here. But this is the card that we get for today. Never pulled this card before. Always seen intuitives talk about it, and it always felt like that there was sort of a negative feel to it. But it actually is about your own sense of perseverance and your own sense of inner strength. So sometimes it just involves how you view things internally, and that kind of coincides with the meditation for today. So I'm going to go into that. And as I said, this one's much shorter than the other ones because it's very cut and dried as far as the dream is concerned. I'm calling it day number 21. It's May 28th, 2025, and I'm calling it the Military Choir and Closure. So that's what it basically is. I've decided to close out the series of meditations with a rather interesting dream I had on the 25th of March, 2024. Since we discussed singing and choirs yesterday, I thought it would be interesting to discuss this one. Metatron says, okay, then let's get started. I said, okay, and afterwards maybe you can give me an idea on on the next group of meditations, because I'm on day 21 now. And Metatron says, okay, you're the boss. And I'm like, I am. How nice. Metatron says, you are awfully cheeky today. And I said, well, I'm in a good mood. And he says, okay, then tell me about the dream. I said, okay, it starts out with my sister and I singing in the choir, but it's not my actual sister from this lifetime, perhaps from a previous life. She and I are told that for our performance, if we are in the military, that we would have to wear our dress uniforms. This led me and our father to a military wardrobe store and to pick out the outfits necessary for the choir. We go into the store to get the uniform ordered for her. For some reason, I'm not looking for myself, but rather for her. When I do ultimately wake up and I'm thinking that my father was never in the military and my sister was not either. Were these people in the dream? Where did these people in the dream come from? I have no idea. But the truth, perhaps the only truth of the dream, was that I was not affiliated with the military. Metatron says, not in this lifetime. I said, was my summation accurate? Was I affiliated with the military in a past life? Metatron says, you were. You do remember that you were part of the French resistance during the Second World War. I said, was there ever a choir involved? Metatron says, most militaries do have outside groups, have out musical groups. Remember when I said yesterday about music being a unifying force for people? You find great hope and comfort in music. It is for this reason that people, no matter where they come from, are able to continue raising their voices in song. This will help bring an end to any conflict. It is also why the tyrants go after the arts. The music is a great and vast unifier of people. When you sing, you create a bond, not only with the people you sing with, but you also unite your voices with those who are listening. I said, I remember when I participated in Eric Whitaker's virtual choir. That 10,000 people took part from 129 different countries. The song united so many of us during this particular pandemic. It made the world not seem so large and gave people the opportunity to connect with one another in special ways. That made it easier to contend with, come in contact with people. Metatron says, you did the same thing with the radio. I said, yeah, and it was such a time that everyone felt isolated. Singing in a choir enabled people to release that burden from day-to-day struggles. Talking with people on the radio gave me contacts with others so that I did not seem so alone in my condition, and it also saved my sanity. Metatron says, yes, so in your dream you are in a choir, but you yourself are not a part of the military. Do you suppose that this could be representative of the times that you just discussed? Separation, but not isolation. In the dream, you were separated from your father and sister, but because you sing in a choir, you're not isolated from them. Sometimes people must be reminded of their connections, regardless of how separate they may be feeling. You are not as separate as you may be thinking you are. I said, it feels strange to dream of something like this, something like military involvement. I am about the most passive person when it comes to things of that nature. Metatron says, perhaps that is why this was the message. You are separate from this, but you respect it all the same. The fact that you do not agree with the notion of it adds validity to your dream. You knew that through your interaction with family, that helping your sister get a new uniform, it will help her. You can also say that this is a sign of respect that you have towards what she was doing. I said, oh, I see. I don't agree with something, but I respect how it is valued by other people. And Metatron says, there you go. That is why you dreamt it. You are perhaps separate from something, but you are not isolated from it. Sometimes the dreams will have simple message. This is one of those instances. I said, okay, so where does that leave us? Metatron says, perhaps your guides have an idea of where you can go from here. You have a good deal of understanding through your dreams. So it will be a good idea to step away from them and perhaps begin discussions about your current reality. I said, it will get harder, won't it? And Metatron says, I don't want to say it will get harder, but I can tell you that it will bring challenges to your world. I said, so perhaps the next group of meditation should be called Overcoming Obstacles. I mean, sensing that there will be some big changes coming, but I felt that since last year. Nigel says, there you have it. Then you have, love. The dreams have been messages from us using imagery, but now we are going to give you some new ideas, both new takes on things that are shaping your world. I said, I don't want to stop discussing dreams, but I'm sort of wondering if there's relevance to them. And Nigel says, Yvette, might I suggest that the next group of meditations be centered on the first group of meditations that you did. We can give you some insight on them as opposed to flying blindly through all of this. I said, that sounds great. I think I like the idea a lot more, but we can incorporate Metatron's suggestion of overcoming obstacles to round things out. And Metatron says, good plan, Yvette. This will be a unique way for you to embark on the next 3 weeks. I said, then I will see you all on Sunday. So what should I call the group? And Sunshine says, how about obstacles and visions? I said, I like that. And Sunshine says, we will be around to help, right, Ramon? And Ramon says, absolutely. I've enjoyed seeing your growth the past few weeks, and I believe it will continue. And I said, thank you all for being such loving and supportive friends. And Nigel says, always. That's where we ended. So, yeah, it was very short today. But I have to say that this is a new beginning. It's it's the ending of one cycle and beginning of another. And I think that it will be very good. Okay, as I said in the last video, I will be away from the internet for tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. That is, I will be in a place where there is no internet at all. I will be completely cut off from the internet. I will not be able to upload videos. I will not be able to make video. I'll be able to make videos, but I won't be able to upload them. So what I will do is probably on Sunday, I'll have a couple of videos made where I'm at and talking about where I'm at and what I'm doing. And if I don't do that, then, but you'll see me on Sunday sometime during the day. I'll be on during that time. So I just wanted to give you the heads up on that because I won't be online at all, which will be a nice break for me. I'll have 48 hours of just no internet. So, well, actually more than 48 hours because it'll be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And Saturday I get home like around 5 o'clock in the evening. So I need to probably unpack and, unwind a little bit from the trip and everything. What I'm doing is I'm going away for 3 days to do singing. So I'll be singing in the choir, and we'll be doing our music and stuff like that. And I will be offline and away from the computer. So that is what I will be doing. And so this is the last video for a couple of days. So on Sunday I'll be back. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish this out by pulling some more cards. This is the first card of the group. It's a Chariot, which I already explained. The next card is the Page of Pentacles with the peacock-looking dude who is holding the pentacle. I'm not sure what that means in terms of his costume. He looks a little pompous to me. I don't know. There's just something like a little bit arrogant, because the peacock sort of represents this flamboyancy, this bird that is like very flamboyant and has a very sort of like I'm beautiful and don't mess with me kind of look about him. And this is what this card kind of looks like to me. This guy looks a little bit arrogant, a little bit pompous. He's I can't tell if it's if he's got the costume with like the peacock feathers or if it's the bird next to him, but it looks feels a very pompous look about him. I'm going to go ahead and look it up here and see what it says here, because I think that there's something going on here. Okay, let's see. Okay, here's the night. Oh, the pages here. The Page of Pentacles. Child or young person. Studies or academic child who enjoys studying and learning. A solid young person, methodical in his or her approach, hardworking, well-behaved, polite, self-disciplined, with love and respect for animals in the countryside. A solid individual, not a party animal type. They're usually good with their hands or anything of a practical nature. You should receive some good news that will bring welcome changes to your life. This may have financial or academic connection. Okay, I was completely wrong. Completely. No, he's not pompous. He's just got successful. He's got a little bit of success. And he loves nature. And the bird's feathers are not connected to his costume. It's just the bird is behind him. Okay, so I was completely wrong. Okay, that's okay. I can be wrong. That's fine. It's a better, nicer. It's a more optimistic card than what I thought. But that's very good. Here's the Knight of Wands again. He keeps showing up. I don't know what the message is behind him. He keeps showing up, and I'm going to look it up because he's just popping in everywhere. And I've already done 3 meditations where the Knight of where he was on the underlying energy. He was on the base of the deck, and now he's here again. And I'm like, why is this guy here? He's the Knight of Wands. And it says, the Knight of Wands sets out with confidence. He tends to bring swift movement to matters with high level of energy. When representing a young man, the Knight of Wands is energetic and adventurous, full of ambitious ideas, warm and exciting, but apt to a little hasty. Aha. Okay, haste makes waste. As though I shouldn't be hasty about anything, and that haste is not a good idea. But in order to find your success, you have to not be hasty. You have to take things methodically. So that's what I get. Okay, and here's the 9 of Swords. Well, always before going on a trip, I have sleepless nights. I can't go to sleep because I'm a little bit anxious. I'm a little bit contemplative about going on the trip. I was like, is everything going to work out right? Do I have all of my things packed? Am I, all these questions that kind of, hound me about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And I think a lot of people have this. I think that they want to react, and then they have the sleepless nights and they wonder why it is that it's not working the way it's supposed to. So maybe there's something here. Maybe there's something to be said for the keeping away from the haste in order to accomplish something, but also having the sleepless nights and feeling a little bit burdened by it. And so one needs to make sure that they keep a very steady, calm, and open mind about everything, and go through it. The final outcome is the Hierophant. Okay, another major arcana card. Let me look this up here. And see what it is. Okay. The Hierophant is number 5. Okay. The Hierophant is dressed in religious attire. His arms are open, showing his willingness to revel in knowledge. A beautiful stained glass window stands behind the moon, symbol of heavenly meditation, and the Hierophant, which represents the filter through which he receives the information. One hand is raised to heaven, and the other faces down to earth, representing spirit and matter, while the Hierophant is the bridge between the two. The Hierophant may indicate help from a wise, trusted person, such as a mentor, teacher, or religious figure, usually one who is representative to the local community, but certainly someone whom the client holds to trust and high regard. The card frequently refers to large institutions such as hospitals, educational establishments, government offices, churches, and large organizations. It also suggests conformity and conventional set ways of working or thinking where it is difficult to implement change. Okay, so this is clear because I'm going on a choir retreat. There's going to be singing and stuff like that, so that's sort of the organizational. So that's the outcome. That is the organizational parts of it, getting up there, singing and doing the singing and doing everything that goes along with it. So that is actually what this is about. And as it pertains to the dream, well, you've got military, you've got the dream about the military installation, you've got the dream about the singing in a choir, which is an organization, and in that kind of thing, and having your dress code and having all of your things to go along with it. So, yeah. So I think I've babbled on long enough about that. So I'm going to put these aside. I'm going to close for now. Thank you for being here. As I said, I'll be here on Sunday to do the new meditations. And I hope that you'll join me for that and have a few days off and enjoy yourself and I'll be back on Sunday. So take care. And as always, namaste.